So we're going to start off taking your 10mm wrench and using it to break loose that bolt that holds the ABS sensor in place. Just be careful not to hit it too aggressively. You can break it, which will just cause bigger issues. So do your best just to loosen the bolt with the wrench, and then use your hand. Typically you can just use your hand to take the rest of the bolt out. Now for the front two ABS sensor guards, you're going to use the two of the longer bolts that have more of non-thread and normal thread. You're going to put it up there. You're going to be able to hand tighten it just to get it in there, and then you can use your Allen wrench to tighten it up. Looks great. Then we're going to go over to the passenger side. It's the same process with a 10mm wrench to loosen it, so that we can remove the stock bolt and use the bolts that SDHQ has provided for us. The longer ones go in front, and then we use two of the shorter bolts for the guards in the back. It's a tedious process. Just make sure that when you're putting in the bolts from SDHQ that you hand thread them first, and don't use a drill or anything like that. That way the threads stay in good condition, and then you can tighten them as needed. Make sure they're pretty firm in there so that they don't bump loose. Now onto the back side. Same process with the 10mm. So on the passenger side, you're going to be using the billet guards that say B on them, and then on the driver's side you'll use the A's. The bolt, the nut that I just removed, is part of a double-sided bolt that has threads on both sides. I just pulled the double-sided threaded bolt out with my hands, and then I used the shorter bolt from SDHQ to harness this ABS guard for the passenger rear side. The last one that we're going to do today is the rear driver side, and surprisingly the nut and the bolt came out together, so it looked like a single unit, but they normally do come out in two separate parts. Getting this one in there was a little more tricky because of the other lines and stuff around the sensor. Just make sure that you're being careful tightening everything down, that you don't strip any of it out, and that each of them are fastened really well. But other than that, that's all. It's a very easy install. They look great, and I'm excited to have the extra protection, especially off-roading. So thanks for watching, guys.